All right, so good morning, everyone. It's Jacqueline Morosco from Spirited Practice. And today we are going to do a practice for the hips and to strengthen and soothe the back body. And so if you could have, we're going to need it early in the practice, something to use as a strap. And then it might be nice to have something that you can use as a block or a bolster. So we are going to start standing up. So I'm going to invite you to stand up. And you could place your hands on your body, or you can have them at your sides. And what I want you to do for the next few breaths is to breathe with your full body. So as you, and you could, I like to put my hands on my body when I'm doing this so that I can feel my whole body participating. But you could, choose not to do that. But feeling your feet on the ground, long, smooth breaths. And imagine that as you're breathing in, that you're not only filling up your diaphragm and your lower torso, but that you're rooting down into the ground at the same time. So breathing with your full body, long, smooth breaths. And I'm going to invite you that as we move through the practice, if you could continue that breathing, okay? So after you feel connected, thinking about how you want to feel when we're done with practice, so you've set your intention, we're going to inhale both arms up in line with the ears, and then come up onto your toes if that's comfortable. Inhale is up, exhale is down. Doing that a few times. Inhale up, exhale down. Noticing your breath and your balance. No judgment, but just noticing how you feel as we move. And one more time. Inhale is up, exhale is down. Now, we'll do one more without the strap. And so standing, I want you to turn your palms out so your pinkies are pointing forwards and your thumbs are pointing backwards. And so just even notice what happens in your arms and shoulders as you twist your hands like that. And then again, we're going to inhale up, hands together, exhale down, keeping those pinkies pointing forwards if possible. Moving with your breath. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. Nice. Now, before we move on to the next part, I want you to take your hands onto your thighs. Inhale up, exhale, slide down, and it's okay if you bend the knees here. Inhale is up, exhale is down. We want to activate that back body, connect with your breath, feeling your hands running up and down your legs as you move. One more time. Inhale is up, exhale is down. And then when you get to the top, we're going to roll through the shoulders. So inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, taking them towards the back body. And seeing if you can feel those shoulder blades sliding on the back of your body, right? And after your next one, this is where you're going to find your strap. And if you have a long strap like I do, you're going to fold it in half. And remember that you can use a belt here, you can use a sock, you can even use, a dish towel, right? But you want to be able to have your hands about shoulder distance apart. We're going to hold the strap in the back of the body. And so keeping your feet about hip width apart, firmly planted on the ground. Inhale, you're going to reach those arms up as high as you comfortably can. Exhale down. Notice my body is staying upright. So you might have the urge to drop your body forward, but I want you to keep your body pointing towards the sky if possible. And one more time, inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to pause for a moment with the strap at the low back. Now inhale, body up, exhale, body forward. Inhale, arms away from the back body, and exhale, hands to the low back. Inhale, press down with the feet, body up. Exhale, forward bend.
Inhale, take the arms away from the back body. Exhale, strap down. Inhale, body up. One more time, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms away from the back body. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, body up. Now this time we're going to exhale into our forward bend again. Inhale, take the strap away from the back body, and we're going to stay here this time. So you're going to keep breathing. Now I want you to reach to the left. So you're kind of taking your left hand and arm, and they're your guide as you pull your arms over to the left. And again, for some of us, it might be a teeny tiny movement. You're still breathing, pulling to the left, breathing, pulling to the left, coming back to the center, and now we're going to pull to the right. So again, the right hand and arm where the guide is the guide, you're pulling over to the right and you're breathing. If it hurts, obviously you back off. One more breath. Come back to the center. Exhale, strap down, press down with your feet, bend those knees. Inhale, come on up to standing. And then we're going to take that strap and open it up. And you're going to take it behind your back body. And you have a wide distance. Now, in this grip, I like to have the thumbs pointing out. So feet might be a little bit wider than your hips. And you're going to bring the strap up to shoulder height. Okay? And then what we're going to do, inhale, is going to be standing in this neutral position. Exhale, you're going to take one hand forward, one hand back. Inhale, back to the center. And exhale, second side. And you're trying to keep the lower part of the body stationary and just move the top part of the body with the breath. No rush. Noticing all those wonderful sensations as you move. And when you finish your second side and come back to center, we're going to pause for a moment. We're going to put that strap down. Notice how you're feeling, right? How's the heart rate, body temperature? You feel connected with your breath. Now in this one, there's going to be a hold, and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. So we're going to inhale, arms up, feet are about hip width apart. Exhale, halfway down. You might have your knees bent or your legs straight, and we're holding with the body parallel to the floor. If it pulls on your low back, you're going to take your hands and put them onto your low back, okay? Now on an inhale, we're going to stand back up. And exhale, halfway down. Knees are bent. You're breathing. You're making sure that your lower abdominals are engaged. And again, if it pulls on your back, you're going to have your hands on the low back. You're still breathing, but you're holding the position. And you're noticing what's happening in your body as you're holding this position. Next inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, halfway down. This is our last time doing this. Breathing and holding, knees bent. Still breathing, noticing what's happening in your body. Now next exhale, we're going to come all the way down into our forward bend. And you might like to have a block close by or have your hands on the floor. You're going to walk the hands over to the left and shift the hips over to the right. So you get a nice stretch through the outside of the hip, maybe the side body, breathing. On an inhale, we'll come through the center with the hips and the hands, and then take the second side. And make sure as you're here in your second side that you're reaching that hip away. So I actually like to press down with the hands and the feet and reach the hip off to the side. Still breathing. And again, on an inhale, we're going to make our way through the center. Take your hands onto your legs. You might have a slight bend in the knees. We're going to inhale, slide on up. So again, how are you feeling? Feet are going to be a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to take a gentle swing from side to side. Always, and I like to kind of bend my knees and shift my weight as I do this, but noticing what's happening in your body as you move, right? So when you feel complete with that, we're going to take a wider stance. So maybe your feet are about a leg's distance apart, but don't be afraid to have a wide stance. So a wide, comfortable stance. You might have a slight bend in the knees. We're going to take the arms up so that they're parallel with the floor. This is going to be our neutral position, like in the shape of a star. So inhale is going to be here. Exhale. Now, notice I'm not bending my knees. I'm just sliding down the left arm down the left leg and reaching that right arm overhead. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down second side. And you're just going to move with your breath. We're going to do this a few times on each side. So you're getting this nice stretch through the whole side body, shoulder. Inhaling in neutral star position. Exhaling down. One more time on each side. And making sure, obviously, that as you move into the pose, you go to a place that feels really good in your body. So next time we come up, we're in our neutral star position. Inhale is going to be here. Exhale, you're going to cross the right arm across the body to the left leg and slide down to a comfortable place. And you might have your vision towards the lifted hand. Inhale up to neutral. Exhale, slide down second side. And remember that you're going as deeply as it feels comfortable for you and your body. Now, if you can't breathe, obviously you need to back off. Our breathing gives us so much information. And you're just going to keep moving side to side with your breath. Now, next time you finish your second side, we're going to pause in our star position. You're going to take a nice big inhale, and we're going to take the right hand to the left leg, and we're going to slide down. You're going to come to a comfortable place, and this time we're going to hold the position, but you're going to keep breathing. And your vision might be towards that lifted hand or towards the ground or straight ahead, wherever it feels comfortable in your neck. Keep breathing. On an inhale, slide on up. Exhale to the second side, slide down. And again, maybe your vision is towards that back hand or towards the ground. Find a comfortable place for your head as we hold the position. Keep breathing. And with an inhale, slide on up. Okay, so one more time, we're in that star position. And we're going to switch up the breath. So, well, maybe not. You're going to inhale here. Exhale, you're going to step your feet together and take your hands together. Inhale, step out. It's okay if the knees bend. Exhale to the second side. The only kind of jumping jacks I do. My little yoga jacks. But the interesting part, right, you're probably noticing this, it's really interesting getting the feet off of the sticky mat and just noticing your breath, your balance as you move. One more time to each side. And then we're going to come to a place where our feet are about hip distance apart. And notice like those little movements, at least for me, like I can feel the change in my heart rate, right? So now this is where we're going to use a block if you have one. And if you choose to, we're going to place it between the thighs.
And I want you to feel your feet on the ground, right? And I talk a lot about the 4 points. So base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, both sides of the heels, and you're pulling into the center. You're squeezing that block. Now, picture this. As you're squeezing that block, you're kind of pulling in with the legs. Now I want you to think about pulling up, like right through your perineum, right up into your, towards the prostate, towards the cervix, the bottom of the uterus, or where that would be if you don't have one. And so you're pulling in and up. And I just want you to connect for a moment with your breathing as you do that, because we talked about the back and the hips. And I want you to notice as you pull in and up, what's happening in your low back and your hips. And it's an isometric movement, right? So it is dynamic here. It's not static, right? I mean, we're not making big movements, but there's movement happening. And then you're going to let that go. And then we're going to either hold on to your strap with your hands about shoulder distance apart, or you're going to interlace your fingers. Okay? And then we're going to take the arms up in line with the ears. Fingers are either interlaced or you have the strap between your hands. You're still going to squeeze that block. Inhale up, exhale down. Now at first, we're going to take the arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale is up, exhale is down. And you're not necessarily coming to your deepest chair position, right? You're just kind of getting those quads warmed up, noticing how the low back feels. You're engaging those lower abdominals. Last time. Now, we still have those arms extended over our head, fingers interlaced or holding on to the strap. We're going to inhale up. And this time we're going to keep the arms pointing towards the sky as we sit down. And notice how that changes. At least for me, it changes it a lot, how deeply I can go in that chair position. Press down with the feet, inhale up, exhale, sit into your chair. Move with your breath. Now, obviously, if it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't feel good, feel free to bring your arms back down or to even take them onto your thighs. Always making the pose work for your body. Okay, one more, last one. You're like, thank goodness. And we're going to inhale up, release the hands. You're going to take out the strap. And I want you to pause for just a moment. And again, check in with your body, with your breath, your heart rate. Okay, do anything that your body needs to do. We're going to do a little balance here, and I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do this. So if you have like a wall or back of a sofa, you could put your hands on it. You could also be in the center of the room. We're going to take the right foot and cross over the left knee. Okay? Now you're going to keep that right foot flexed, right? Hands can be holding onto the wall or at your heart center. And you're going to sit down. You could also have your hips pressing into the wall if you don't want to have your hands in the wall. Okay? And you're finding a comfortable place. You're breathing, you're focused, your vision is towards the ground. And you might start to take those forearms towards your shin. Your body might not do that. Totally okay. Move in a way that works for your body. If you're in this position and you're at the wall, you can explore taking your hands off the wall. Keep breathing. Now, very slowly, we're going to make our way back up. We're going to take that foot to the ground, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale into some sort of forward bend. You might have your knees bent. Inhale, slide on up. Then we're going to take the second side. So again, holding onto the wall, your hips on the wall, you're in the middle of the room. You're going to cross the left foot over, the foot stays flexed. Hands maybe to your heart center. Start to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Breathe and focus, no pain anywhere, right? There might be a little stretch, but no pain. And then if appropriate for you, starting to reach your forearms towards your shin. And most of you probably know this is like the precursor to, a different pose that we're not going to do today. But we're noticing what's happening in our hips and our low back and our breath as we're here. And again, as you're ready on an inhale, you're going to start to make your way up. Take that foot to the floor, reach your arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale into your forward bend. Inhale, slide halfway up. We're going to do this a couple times. Exhale into your legs. Inhale halfway up. Exhale in. And next inhale, let's come all the way up. All right, now from here, we're going to make our way down onto our knees in a kneeling position. And if you prefer to have a blanket under your knees, go ahead and place one down there. All right, so here we are, we're kneeling. I like to turn my toes under for what we're doing right now, but you're going to find a comfortable position for your feet. So the inhale, we're going to reach those arms up towards the sky and exhale into more of what we call a puppy pose, because you're going to keep your femurs, your thigh bones perpendicular to the ground and your hips over your knees, and reach your forehead towards the ground. That's our exhale. We're going to stay here for a breath or two since I'm jabbering. Now on an inhale, whenever you're ready, you're going to come forward into some level of a cobra or up dog, or if more appropriate for you, a sphinx. And then on your exhale, you're going to make your way into a real child's pose. And then inhale, reach for the sky. So I realize some of those movements might be a little bit awkward for your body. So you're going to make it work for you, right? Inhale up. Exhale towards puppy pose, keeping those hips high, extending the arms out, forehead towards the ground. Inhale to some level of cobra, up dog, sphinx pose. Exhale into your child's pose. So this time the hips come towards the heels, and inhale, reach for the sky. So as you're probably getting, this is a variation of a sun salutation, right? Inhale is up, exhale to puppy pose, or whatever works for you. Inhale, cobra, sphinx or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. We're going to do one more. Exhale to the puppy pose. Inhale, up dog. Now, when you're in whatever upward facing pose you're doing, cobra, sphinx, I want you to notice what's happening in your low back as you're here. So let's stay here for a moment, right? Soften your buttocks, right? A lot of us like squeeze our butt really tight here, but you're gonna let it go. Let it all go. I could sing my niece's favorite song from Frozen, Let It Go, but I won't. All right, and whenever you're ready, soften those shoulders, open your heart, and then on an exhale, make your way into your child's pose. And again, we're gonna stay in this position for just a moment, and you're gonna walk your hands over to the left, reach your hips over to the right.
Inhaling back through the center and then reaching your hips to the left and your arms to the right. So what we're hoping for is a nice little stretch through the side body. And again, making your way back to the center. All right, now we're going to come down onto our bellies. So again, if it feels more comfortable to have a blanket under your body, under your hips, go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to stretch out the arms and the legs. Forehead is towards the ground. And again, I want you to first just rock your pelvis from side to side. And I want you to notice what's going on in your glutes, right? See if you can soften them a little bit. And then we're going to take your right arm and bring it onto the pelvis. So the top of my hands is resting on my pelvis. The left arm is extended with the palm facing in towards my head. Now the inhale is going to be lifting up that one arm and my upper body and head. Exhale, come down. We're going to stay on the same side. Inhale, upper body, arm and head up. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to stay on that same side. Now you're going to turn the head. Inhale, upper body up, arm, and you're going to turn the head to the right or away from whichever arm you have lifted. Inhale, lift, turn the head away from the arm. Exhale back to the center. Last time. And then you're going to stretch out that right arm. Take the left hand onto the pelvis, palm turned up. Right hand is pointing in towards the head. And inhale, lift. And we're not turning the head yet, unless, of course, you want to. Inhale is up. Exhale is down. One more time. Now is when we're going to turn the head. Inhale up, head turns away from the arm. Exhale, head back to center, arm and body down. Inhale up, exhale down. And again, one more time. Inhale up, exhale down. And then we're going to stretch out the left arm as well. So now your body and face pointing towards the ground, arms and legs extended. We're going to start to walk your fingertips in and lift your head and your upper body up. Make sure that you're not, straining anything in your back body. Now, up on your fingertips, wrists lifted towards the sky. We're going to take the feet off the ground and lift them up. Now, if that puts any strain on your back, you're going to bend your knees and take your feet up that way. Okay, so you're breathing, lifting, noticing what's happening in your butt and your back body. On an exhale, we're going to bring it all down to the ground. Bend your elbows, bring your hands in, and rest your head for a moment on your hands. Now, what's happening with your breath, your heart rate? How are you doing now? We're going to do that 2 more times just so you can prepare yourself. You're going to stretch out those arms, come up onto your fingertips, wrists pointing up towards the sky. And then on an inhale, you lift the legs. If that strains your back, you're going to bend the knees. And you're going to keep breathing. And I'm pulling my fingertips towards my body to help keep my legs lifted. So what do you need to do to engage in your body to lift those legs? And on an exhale, you're going to come down, bring your arms in, relax your head. If you're turning your head, you're going to turn the head in the opposite direction. We're going to do it one more time. Extend those arms up onto the fingertips, wrists lift. On the inhale, your legs come up, pulling your fingertips towards your body, you're breathing. Remember, option is to bend the knees. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. On an exhale, legs come down, arms come in, and relax your head one more time. Now from here, when you're ready, we are going to carefully bring ourselves up, and we're going to make our way onto our back body. And holding on to the knees. So notice, like, as soon as we get onto our back body safely, right, notice how your back body is connected to the floor. We're going to hold on to the knees. Inhale, the knees are right over the hips. Exhale, you're going to pull those knees in towards your body. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, pull your knees in. And again, just like with everything that we do, notice what's happening in the low back and the hips, in the front of your hip flexors as you're breathing and moving with your legs. Kind of want to do this multi-step thing. I'm hoping you can all do it with me. So you're going to safely put your feet onto the ground about hip distance apart, knees are bent, arms are at the sides. So first step is you're going to press your feet into the ground. Inhale, take your arms up overhead, lift your hips and your chest. Exhale, hips come down, feet come off the ground, knees come in towards the body. Inhale, arms overhead, legs up towards the sky. Exhale, knees in towards the chest, hands hold on to the knees. Inhale, feet come down, arms overhead, hips up towards the sky. Exhale, knees in, hands pull in the knees. Inhale, legs up towards the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, knees in, squeeze them towards your body. This is the hardest transition, right? Inhale, feet down, arms overhead, lift the hips and the chest. Exhale, knees come in. Inhale, arms overhead, legs up towards the sky. And exhale, knees in towards the chest. Beautiful. Now, we're going to stretch the arms out to the sides, and you still have your knees bent and your feet up off the ground. So option here, you could straighten your legs, pivot your hips to the left, and drop your feet down towards your right hand. Or you can keep your knees bent, pivot the hips to the left, and reach your knees towards that hand. Inhale back to the center, pivot your hips in the opposite direction, knees or feet towards the opposite hand. And you're going to move at your own pace. You inhale to the center, you exhale as you release the knees or feet towards the hand. Inhale back to the center, second side. And you're always moving in a way that feels good. And remember all the things that we do, it's an exploration, right? Like what serves my body, breath, mind, spirit as I do this practice. We're going to do each side one more time. And when you're complete and you come back to the center on an inhale, we're going to take the knees in towards the chest. And you might move your knees in a circular motion, or you might just hold on to them. But we want to relax the lower back towards the ground and soften the abdominal muscles. And again, always checking in, how's my breath, my heart rate, my body temperature. And then when you're ready, you're going to carefully take your feet down to the ground. We're going to find our strap again. And once you find your strap, we're going to take the strap on the padded part of the left foot and the leg. You know, if your body does this, right? Not all bodies are the same, right? If your leg can be perpendicular to the ground, you're going to do that. And then you're going to stretch out the
right leg on the floor. And you're going to take the strap, both straps, into the right hand. So my right leg is extended. My right hand is holding on to the straps. My left arm is extended out to the side to help with balance. And then slowly, very slowly, because you want to be in control, you're going to start to lower that left leg. So a lot of times I see people, they just like let it drop to the side. No, you're going to use your muscles to slowly bring that leg across the body. Keep breathing. Now, once you have that leg extended and you don't let it drop to the floor, you could put a block underneath it if you need some support. Now, with that leg extended, I want you to take your lower abdominals and push down, like you're trying to take your left glute and press it away from your body. Keep breathing. And then we're going to inhale back to the center in your own time, of course. And once you're back to the center, we're going to switch feet so that now the right leg is perpendicular to the ground, straps on the padded part of the foot. We're going to extend that left leg down on the ground. Both straps are going to come into the left hand, right arm extended out to the side for balance. And then in your own time, slowly you're going to lower that right leg across the body. And we do it slowly so you can feel what's happening as you move. And then once you're in your place where you're going to hold the position but continue to breathe, you're going to press down. You're pressing that hip and your glute away from the body, and you need to engage the lower abdominals to get that movement to happen. And keep breathing, long, smooth breaths. On an inhale, we're going to make our way back to the center. Take that strap off. Bring your feet down to the ground. And now, let's see. Let's take that right foot and cross over the left thigh. And you're going to flex that right foot. So this is the same exact position of the legs that we did when we were standing up. And then, without using your hands, I want you to lift that left foot off of the ground, right? So now you're pressing with your muscles, right? Your right knee away from the body. The right ankle is pressing into the left thigh, and you're with your muscles in your legs pressing that quad into the back of the right ankle. Keep breathing. And some of you might have a habit where you hold, you wrap your hands around your thigh. You're welcome to do that, or even, straightening out that left leg. But you're going to find some way to use this position to help you feel good in your hips. Keep breathing. Now, very carefully, when you start to feel complete on this side, we're going to bring the left foot down to the ground, uncross the right leg, and then bring your left ankle to the right thigh. That left foot is flexed. When you're ready, you're going to lift up that right foot, press the thigh into the ankle, and with the muscles in your leg, you're pressing that left knee away from your body. Keep breathing. And you probably notice when we don't use our hands, our core has to do the work to hold the legs up, right? As soon as I put my hands in there, the core is still working, right? But my arms start to do a lot of the work. And so as most of you know, I'm on this mission to strengthen our cores and looking at all different ways that we can do that. Long, smooth breaths. Again, making the position work for you. So if you want to add in your arms and stretch in any other way, go ahead and do that. And in your own time, on an exhale, we're going to take that foot down to the ground, uncross the legs.
You're going to pause for a moment. Now, very carefully, in your own time, we're going to roll over to the right side and you're going to help yourself come up. And then we're going to take our hands. So I like to have my fingertips pointing towards my back body. You might point your fingers away or back. You're going to have a comfortable way to hold your hands on the ground, and then we're going to take the feet about hip width apart. All right, so now the hands and feet are going to stay on the ground. On the inhale, we're going to lift the pelvis up. So this is reverse tabletop, right? And you're going to keep your vision looking towards your knees. Exhale, come down to the ground. Inhale, lift the hips up, look towards your knees. Exhale, come down. So we're not dropping the head. You're just moving with your breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Once more. Now we're going to add in, you're going to straighten your legs. If this does not work for your body, you're going to keep your knees bent, okay? So on the inhale, now the heels and the hands are going to be what are connected to the ground. Inhale, lift up those hips, try to get them up off the ground. Exhale down, and again, your vision stays towards your feet. And your toes might reach towards the ground as well. Inhale up, exhale down. And again, if it starts to feel like too much, we're going to do one more. You might bend your knees, lift up, exhale down. Then we're going to straighten those legs. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, over your legs. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Yay! So now is when I'm going to invite you to do a supportive pose, and it's going to depend what sort of props you have at your house. So I'm going to give you a couple of options. If you have something that's like a bolster or a sofa cushion, you can use that. If you don't have that, another option would be to take folded blankets and fold them into this position, because I figure most of us have blankets in our home. So we're going to have 2 blankets there. And then for under your knees, you can use blocks or another. You take the blanket in this position and roll it up, or you can use a strap here. I'm going to show you all the different ways. Okay, so now low back comes to the bolster of the blankets. You're going to bring yourself down. Bottoms of the feet come together and the knees open out. So because we're going to stay here for a little bit, you either have the blocks under your knees, you take the rolled blanket, wrap it around your ankles and pull it in and open the knees out. Or you make, oops, banged my wall. You make a circle with your strap and allow that to help hold your knees up. Right? So figure out what will feel best for you. And if it doesn't feel good to have your knees open out to the side, then you can have your legs stretched out. You could also have your back body flat on the ground. And I'm going to stop talking for a couple of minutes as you allow yourself to get comfortable. And so as you settle in, this is a time where you ask yourself, is this comfortable? And if it's not, what can you do to make this position more comfortable? Long, smooth breaths, letting your body soften and become heavy. Allowing yourself to be completely supported.
Long, smooth breaths. And obviously, if this is not working for you, then you find a position that does. Now, in your own time, you might stay in this position for shavasana. Some of you might like to change your position, stretch out your legs, get rid of the stuff behind your back. But ultimately in shavasana, we want to be as comfortable as we can be. Shri Lakshmi Swaha. Shri Lakshmi Swaha. Shri Lakshmi Swaha. So starting to bring your awareness back to your breath and your body, taking a moment to notice how you're feeling. And if you'd like to stand the ground a little bit longer, go ahead. If you'd like to do a breathing practice, in a little focus practice, start to make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And for some of us, that can be, leaning against the wall or even sitting in a chair, right? So what we're going to build our breath. We're going to make our breath longer, even inhale and exhale. And we're going to focus on the pauses in between inhale and exhale. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. So take a nice big in breath and then let it all go. And we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. And then you're going to do 2 more breaths with whatever number felt most comfortable for you and add in those pauses. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. And last one on your own. And whenever you complete the pause after the exhale, I want you to take your hands into the position where your fingertips come together and rest them in your lap. So fingertips, including the thumbs, touching with the space between your palms, forearms resting in your lap. And as you breathe in, you're going to invite your breath to move all the way down your torso and energetically fill up your hands. And then exhale from the hands out of the body. And then thinking about maybe that intention that you set at the beginning of our practice and how you want to feel today. And if you're in a quiet, peaceful place, how can you take this into your day and still get your stuff done, right? Being productive and relaxed. What a concept. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the hands together and rest the thumbs on the sternum in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And then let's do an Om together. So taking a nice big inhale. Om. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. And give yourself a little bit of time, right? If you want to stay relaxing for a little bit, you can do that.